Today, I want to share with you some of the tools I use to create marketing and educational content for our company. I'm going to do this as a two-part series, so today I'll focus on the tools I use to produce our digital content, and next time I'll share with you the tools I use to publish, repurpose, and monitor what we publish on the internet.
Welcome to the IT Provider Network. Are you a managed service entrepreneur wanting to take your business to the next level? Do you excel in IT but feel your business management could be better? Join Terry Rossi, where every episode he shares the skills, tips, and tricks that helped him to build a successful worldwide business.
Hi, and thanks for taking the time out of your day to listen to episode 4 of the IT Provider Network. As always, I'm here to try to help you build and scale your business by sharing some tips and tricks that I've learned being in the industry for over 20 years. I would imagine that you've probably produced some content for the internet over time. I know we have, as a company, we've dabbled in content production for many years. Like many businesses, we've kind of made a half-assed attempt to publish a blog, produce some videos, and stay relevant on social media. But last year, we really dove in. We made a significant investment in what's called inbound marketing. We signed up and started using a service called HubSpot. If you haven't heard of HubSpot, HubSpot is a sales and marketing automation platform that helps B2B and B2C companies attract visitors to their websites and turn them into buyers. If you're looking for how you can get more out of your internet marketing, I encourage you to take a few hours and go through their inbound marketing certification training. Even if you aren't interested in investing in the HubSpot platform, it's free, quick, and easy to do, and will set you up with a good foundation that you need to start taking advantage of inbound marketing, with or without an automation platform. If you prefer reading a book, a quick and easy read is They Ask, You Answer by Marcus Sheridan. Marcus was a pool installer in Virginia and one of the first big inbound marketing success stories of HubSpot. So let's get into content production and start with a couple of definitions. The first is actually content marketing. Content marketing is defined as a strategic marketing approach focused on continually creating and distributing valuable, relevant, and consistent content that is used to attract and retain a clearly defined audience, and ultimately to produce a sale. When they say clearly defined audience, you'll often hear this referred to as a buyer persona or buyer avatar. Buyer personas or avatars are fictional representations of people you believe would buy from you. So, for example, in our company, we've defined some buyer personas that represent the types of buyers we typically deal with. We defined Ian, the IT guy, Fran in finance, and Charles, the CEO. Each of these personas helps us create content that is directed to and will resonate with that type of buyer. The personas are specific. For example, our persona for Ian, the IT guy, is made up of his roles. Ian is an evaluator. He's a decision maker. He's a techie. He's a caretaker. He's probably an introvert. He's a knowledge seeker. He's a troubleshooter. It's made up of his roles, his goals. Ian needs to keep the infrastructure running. He needs to preserve his job. He needs to work with other vendors. He needs to make himself look good in the eyes of his boss. And lastly, he needs to advance his career. He also has some specific challenges. Too much to do, not enough time, no real decision-making power, no peers to work with, limited budgets, and a fear of losing his job. If you keep a specific persona or avatar in your mind when you're creating content, you'll have a much better chance of resonating with your client. The next term I want to define is inbound marketing. I threw this term out when we were talking about HubSpot. Inbound marketing is a marketing system that is designed to address problems and needs of a clearly defined audience, and it does this by building trust and credibility. Content produced for an inbound marketing program is designed to be helpful and relevant, not intrusive like a billboard ad or a newspaper article. Most inbound marketing includes elements of SEO, blogging, social media, live events, and webinars. This is in contrast to the old school way of marketing on the internet with pop-up ads, banner ads, and other intrusive methods. This in itself is the main reason I spend most of my days building content. You and I, we need to get people to know us, to like us, and to eventually trust us so they'll buy from us. We need to get prospects into our sales funnel so that we can attract them to our company. So while we're defining things, it probably makes sense to define the word content. When I'm talking about content, I'm referring to the digital content and specifically content used to market a product or service through the internet. Content is a broad word and can mean anything from a TV show, a song, an album, a seat back advertisement on an airplane. But for our purposes, for our conversation, let's just define it as educational and marketing material used in blogs, webinars, and other social media services like Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, etc. The content can be delivered by any type of digital media. It could be a blog post, a web page, a landing page, a text file, a graphic, a video, an audio file, podcast, infographic, or even a PDF file. And the content types can vary too. Typical types of content include how-to content. You've all seen these, how to solve a problem in 5 easy steps, or list content, the top 5 ways to do something, checklist content, just what it sounds like, a checklist, a story, a review, a rant, and many other different ways. If you're looking for a content planner to help you plan your editorial content, Ryan Dice of The Digital Marketer has a good starting point for you. I've included a link to his 60-second content planner in the show notes. Now that we have some definitions out of the way, let me share with you some of the tools that I use to help my company with inbound marketing. It all starts with jotting down questions and topics we come across in our day-to-day conversations with customers and prospects. Chances are if one person is asking us a question, others probably have that same question, and maybe we should create some content for that. Once we have a topic, we start doing some research both on the topic and how we can capitalize on it. And here are some of the tools that I find invaluable when I'm sitting down to plan my content. For hashtag research, Hashtagify is a hashtag encyclopedia which allows you to search over 65 million Twitter hashtags and find the best ones for your needs. They rank hashtags based on their popularity, relationships, languages, influencers, and other metrics. So if you're planning content, you can also plan the best hashtags to go with it. HashAddit is a similar search engine for hashtags. It searches hashtags on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Pinterest. Unlike the mind map display of Hashtagify, HashAddit presents the results in a storyboard format. It's similar to Hootsuite or Pinterest. Don't underestimate the power of hashtags, but don't overuse them either. Once you've figured out your hashtags, you'll want to figure out some good keywords to go with your content. For this, I also use a couple tools. The first one is SpyFu. SpyFu is a great tool for keyword research as well as the ongoing tracking of how well you're ranking in both your organic and your paid keywords in Google and against your specific competitors. You can research a keyword, find your core keywords, find your competitors' keywords, and track your first page performance over time. You can even see your competitors' advertisements, their pay-per-click spend, and how well their best ads have done. I'm not really sure how accurate the pay-per-click spend is, but it is a great tool for researching keywords and pay-per-click. The next tool I'll use is SEMrush. Very similar to SpyFu, SEMrush allows you to do keyword and AdWord research. You can see your competitors' best keywords, find new competitors that rank on the same keywords as you do, and find the right keywords for SEO and pay-per-click campaigns. You can also find new phrase matches or long tail keywords that can help you become a leader for your keyword or keyword phrases. One more tool I want to share with you for keyword research is Ubersuggest at ubersuggest.io. I just heard about this tool, and its claim to fame is that you can find more keyword suggestions than are available elsewhere. As a result, they claim you can get a lot of new ideas for SEO, pay-per-click, and content marketing. I only mention Ubersuggest because on their homepage, it says that the service was recently acquired by Neil Patel. Neil is a fellow podcaster and has a great show called The Marketing School, which I suggest you check out. It's quick 5-minute daily podcasts on marketing that are really beneficial. The link is also in the show notes. So now you have some keywords, you have some hashtags on the topic you're going to write about. Now it's time to actually sit down and write the content. There are a few tools I use for this as well. The first one is OneNote by Microsoft, and I use that for fact gathering and research. OneNote is a digital note-taking app, and it's great for collecting all the bits and pieces you need to make great content. It allows you to capture all your ideas and notes and search across everything that you've collected. OneNote works on a PC and a Mac, also mobile devices, and it's part of Office 2016. It's available for as low as $70 a year, and along with the Office suite, that's a pretty good bargain. I use OneNote and OneDrive so that my work can travel with me from machine to machine and from the office to home. During the day at my office, I use a PC, and at night, I use a Mac. So OneNote and OneDrive works great for that. If you don't have OneNote or you're adverse to paying the monthly fee, you might look at Evernote as a replacement. Evernote is similar to OneNote, but it has a free plan. Links to both of these great brainstorming and note-taking tools are in the show notes at the itprovidernetwork.com/4. When you're ready to edit the masterpiece you just wrote, I recommend two services. The first one is the Hemingway app, named after the famous writer Ernest Hemingway, who wrote succinctly and with great care. It goes through your writing and looks for sentences and paragraphs that are either too long or too complex. It color codes the sections of your writing so that you can easily spot areas for improvement. This web-based app is free, and the desktop version for Mac or Windows is only $19.99. As an added bonus, if you publish to WordPress or Medium, it'll publish it directly for you. The second editing tool I use is Grammarly. Grammarly is similar to the Hemingway app in that it checks your spelling and grammar. Grammarly also has a free version, and the premium version carries a monthly fee of $29.95. If you choose to pay this annually, this goes down to just over $11 a month, but it's still a little bit steeper than the Hemingway app. Grammarly also has an Outlook and a Word plugin, which allows you to edit right at the source of most content. So take a look at both the Hemingway app and Grammarly, and I've added links for you in the show notes. When it comes to adding graphics to your site, I've been using a tool forever that I love called Snagit. Snagit is one of two very popular tools from the folks at TechSmiths. The other one is Camtasia Studio, and that's used for video editing, creation, and publishing. Snagit is tied to my print screen key, and when I hit the key, it instantly pops up a selection box and allows me to capture a great image in seconds. After I have the image, I can quickly annotate it, add borders, or resize it in the Snagit editor. Once I have it just the way I want it, I can save as one of the normal industry standard formats. I probably use this tool more than any other thing on my desktop, except for maybe Outlook. So Snagit's great for screen captures, but if you're looking to create one of those witty memes for social media or any other graphic with words on it, then Canva is an awesome tool to have in your arsenal. Using a simple web-based editor, you can create some really stunning graphics. Canva is made for guys like me with little or no design talent, and the graphics you can create from Canva are great for social media posts, infographics, presentations, and more. If you're like me and the stuff you create looks like it came out of Print Shop Pro, then Canva is going to blow your mind. Everything you need to create really nice social media graphics online and free to get started. So to use Canva or other tools like that, you might need some stock photos. If you're looking for stock photos, I like the Adobe Stock Photo service. It's not free, but the selection is huge and gives me great peace of mind when I put up an image, knowing that I can legally use it. Years ago, when we used to design a lot of websites, we would occasionally use outside contractors for design work. Well, one day I found out that an image used on one of the sites that we created was stolen. Getty Images, one of the world's largest copyright holders for digital images, sued me. And to make matters worse, the image was only available as a rental from Getty and had been online for close to 10 years. It cost my company over $8,000 to get released from the suit, and of course the contractor was long gone. If you think this can't happen to you, Google Getty Images letter and search through the 75 million results that you'll find. Corbis and other large stock photo sites are always on the lookout for unlicensed content, so consider yourself warned. If you're not into Adobe or you don't like what you see at the Adobe Stock site, you can also check out Shutterstock at shutterstock.com. Although I find their licensing a little bit confusing, it might be a good fit for some people and their budgets. Wherever you get your images from, please don't forget to resize them for the medium you're working on. Most images from these stock photo sites are huge and created with a resolution that's suitable for a billboard. Absolutely overkill for the web, and all it does is slow everything down. A quick little tool you can use at webresizer.com does the trick for me most of the time, and it'll get your images to a much smaller size that still look great on the web. Links for the stock images sites and web resizer are also in the show notes at the itprovidernetwork.com/4. As you probably already know, visual content is the hottest thing going on right now. Facebook and Instagram are the two largest social networks, so you need to make sure this is part of your content marketing strategy. Facebook has over 1.86 billion monthly users, and Instagram has close to 600 million. So if you're wondering where to spend your time and you think you might be able to bust into live content, then I would suggest you concentrate on Facebook Live, Facebook Messenger, and Instagram Stories. These are such hot properties right now, and such attention is being paid to them that now is your chance to really build an audience. All of these social media services are giving special attention to live content. They'll actually notify people when you start streaming. It's a free advertising. Don't forget that 70% of Americans identify themselves as visual learners. You need to go where they go. This is not great news for a podcaster, but it's perfect for a managed service provider.
Thank you for joining us, and we hope you've been inspired. Check us out on social media via @ITProviderNet and visit us at www.itprovidernetwork.com for past episodes, show notes, videos, and more. And we hope you'll join Terry next time on the IT Provider Network.
Thanks for tuning in today. My name is Terry Rossi, and always I welcome your feedback at the itprovidernetwork.com. I'm looking to make this show better every week, and I can't do it without your feedback. So please, please, please sign up for our newsletter at the website, and then I'll know you're listening, and I can work with you to produce content that you need to build your business.